Oh, g'day. My name's John, and I love music. But not only do I love music, I love Australian music. So for my case study event, I'll be presenting on Bigsound 2016. I'll be reflecting on both the conference as well as the festival side of the event, as well as unpacking two specific aspects of the experience. So come on, let's do this. For 3 days every September, a unique combination of musicians, music lovers and industry experts from across the globe assemble in Brisbane's Fortitude Valley to explore the challenges of our ever-evolving industry, build new relationships and experience the next new wave of music from Australia and beyond. By day, Bigsound's conference program features internationally significant keynote speakers and challenging cutting-edge workshop topics. At sundown, delegates mix with Brisbane's music-loving public in a 15-venue frenzy of live music discovery, and it is here that most of the real networking happens. Bigsound is not only good for business, it's a really good time too. Well, this is true. Bigsound would have to be one of the best events I've attended as both a festival and a conference goer. Conference-wise, I attended a number of events including workshops around digital advertising in the music industry, forums around the current state of the Australian music industry and pathways for Indigenous musicians from rural and remote areas, and of course keynote speakers of both international and domestic backgrounds. And festival-wise, where do I start? We've got Eka Vandal, Upakacha, Luke Daniel Peacock, Catherine Satul, Grua, Birds, AB Original, Emily Warramurra, Hart, King Social, Alex Lay, B Wise, absolutely huge. One thing I noticed throughout the event though, and I thought it was just me, was a theme around females in the music industry as well as the support for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander music. Then post-event, going over the reflections on the Bigsound website, I spotted this.
This year managed to capture the spirit of Bigsound's past and roll them all up into one super shindig. Kim Gordon was arguably the highest profile artist ever to deliver a keynote at Bigsound, and her passionate speech forms part of the continuing Bigsound narrative about the experience of women in the music industry. Q Music has always been committed to the future of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander music, so there was considerable pleasure to welcome NT Indigenous label Karma, as well as AB Original and so many other wonderful Indigenous artists to perform as part of the Bigsound Festival.
Now, as mentioned, an underlying theme of Bigsound was around females in the music industry, and big ups too, for from what I understand this ain't no new approach for the event. Girls to the Front, the same name as Sarah Marcus's narrative around the rise of the Right Girl movement in the 1990s, led an amazing array of female leads from start to finish. With international keynote speaker Kim Gordon, frontwoman for Sonic Youth, opening Bigsound, it was live streams at 10 paces at the duty, absolutely packed to the rafters. Awesome, but not my first Bigsound Girls to the Front moment. I was still picking myself up the ground from the night before with Eka Vandal. So as mentioned, from start to finish, Girls to the Front. The Bigsound closing party on Friday night saw one of my top 3 musicians of the whole festival, Alex Lay. So there was a great range of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander musicians performing across the 3 days at Bigsound. And although I didn't get to see all of them, I believe I saw most. On day 1 I attended the Karma showcase, seeing Central Australian duo Upakacha, Catherine Satul and Grua perform a lunchtime event at Rick's Big Backyard. A quick break for some sustenance, then off to see Emily Warramurra at the Triple J Unearthed stage. Now, I saw Emily perform last year with Black Smoke, and I was pretty keen to get her involved in Murray Island Way, but had no luck. But after meeting Emily and her manager Joe, thanks to Bigsound, I reckon if Emily's free next August, she'll be keen. So now my big ticket item for Bigsound originally was seeing AB Original keynote. Briggs and Trials teaming up, holding nothing back. With their words and beats, they were always going to be hard-hitting and controversial, and they didn't disappoint. With no better facilitator than the Doctor, Lindsay McDougall, the conversation didn't miss any targets, and shots were fired early into people's perceptions and negative feedback they received around this project. Now, reflecting on Leo Schofield's 10 qualities that make a successful festival, the exclusive quality came out of this keynote. Firstly, everyone that was in the theatre that day witnessed the world premiere of the AB Original January 26 music video. And secondly, it was there that they first announced that Briggs and Trials were going to be emceeing the upcoming Laneway Festival. Now, with confronting and some would say controversial news like this, you couldn't help but feel part of an exclusive event. Returning back to Schofield's 10 qualities that make a successful festival, there were a number of these qualities I could identify at Bigsound. The product of Bigsound is a hugely marketable one. The diversity of the music offered appealed to a number of genres, widening the market to a number of different musical cultures. And I think this was evident in the fact that it was a sellout conference. Nomenclature. Fancy names create problems, Schofield says. And I think Bigsound Music Festival doesn't keep you guessing as to what you're going to find there. Balance. The festival and the conference blended well together, with some great speakers and still being able to find a showcase for those who are all conferenced out. In summary, an amazing event with the opportunity to network with artists and music industry folk, see some great up and coming acts and hang with cool people. Well done, Q Music. See you next year.